The commute gets interesting for thousands of people starting today. One of the busiest interstate ramps in Minnesota closed overnight and won't reopen for 2 weeks. It's the ramp from 394 to eastbound I-94 in downtown Minneapolis. The ramp is closed for crews to do repairs and fix the pavement. MnDOT says the work is part of a larger 9-mile stretch of I-94 that's already slowing down commutes. The 15-mile detour takes drivers south on Highway 100, east on the crosstown, then north on 35W. It is scheduled to reopen August 28th.
The man suspected of ramming his car into a crowd in Charlottesville, Virginia, is set to make his first court appearance this morning. James Fields faces multiple charges, including second-degree murder. Police say the 20-year-old plowed his car into a crowd, killing 32-year-old Heather Heyer and injuring at least 19 others. Authorities say Fields went to Charlottesville for the Unite the Right rally, a protest against plans to remove a Confederate statue from a public park. The group that was hit with the car was a counter-protest. Memorials for the victims grew all day yesterday. The governor of Virginia led a vigil in Richmond.
And I call upon every elected official, from the White House to the State House to all the local offices. We got to call it out for what it is. It is hatred, it is bigotry, and our leaders got to be very frank, unequivocal. We will not tolerate that in our country.
2 Virginia state troopers also died Saturday when their helicopter crashed in a wooded area. They were monitoring the Charlottesville rioting from the air. That crash remains under investigation. Now, President Donald Trump facing fierce criticism from Republicans and Democrats for his response. Critics say the president did not clearly condemn white supremacists. Instead, he spoke out against violence on, quote, many sides. Vice President Mike Pence, who is in Columbia right now, spoke about the violence yesterday.
We have no tolerance for hate and violence from white supremacists, neo-Nazis, or the KKK. These dangerous fringe groups have no place in American public life and in the American debate, and we condemn them in the strongest possible terms.
People across the country gathered at solidarity rallies yesterday, including in Minneapolis, where a crowd marched around Lake Calhoun to take a stand against racism. There has been ongoing debate over the name of that lake, as it was named years ago after John C. Calhoun, a supporter of slavery. Some people northwest of the Twin Cities also came together to pray for the victims in Charlottesville. Union Congregational Church in Elk River held a prayer vigil last night. Church says it is standing in love and peace against the evil of racism. There is another gathering planned for tonight in the Twin Cities. A number of organizations plan to come together standing against white supremacy. The plan is to gather outside the Republican Party office in Minneapolis. Stay with WCCO for continuing coverage.
St. Louis Park Police are sending a warning to kids with fake guns that look real. Police say tragedy was avoided when officers were called to a city park Friday night on reports of 2 teenagers running around with guns. When officers got there, they found out that the kids were playing with replica firearms. Officers say good training and good instinct turned a scary situation into a teaching moment for parents and their children alike.
The officers got out of the car. The one child heard either the car or the officer, and he turned around with one of the pistols in his hand and ended up pointing it in the direction of our officer, who drew his weapon believing he was in danger of somebody with a pistol. The child raised his hand up with the gun in his hand and then reached into his waistband and grabbed another one, which wasn't ideal either. But once the officer started to give commands, immediately cooperated, threw the guns to the ground, and they were detained briefly.
Police say the guns were not real, but looked real, especially in a tense situation. They want parents to know it is not a good idea to allow children to play with these lifelike toys. The 13 and 14-year-old boys were allowed to go home with their parents. You might remember just a few months ago, a toy gun in a park led to a shooting in Crystal. In that case, 18-year-old Khalil Thompson was having a mental health crisis and did not respond to officers' commands to put down his weapon, which ended up being a pellet gun. Thompson is out of the hospital, and that case is still under investigation by the BCA. Interviews continue for people wanting to volunteer when Super Bowl 52 comes to Minnesota.
Yeah, 10,000 volunteers are needed to welcome guests when they travel to the Twin City next winter for the big game at US Bank Stadium. Former Vikings linebacker Chad Greenway helped pump up the crowd on Saturday. As the host committee started their interviews, volunteers were questioned for up to a half hour.
I want to see is people who are natural promoters of our state, because that's what brings them back.
If you're thinking I'm going to volunteer as a way to get into the game, nope, you don't get to go to the game. You do get some cool swag. Shifts range from 4 to 6 hours in length from January 27th to February 4th next year. If you're interested in volunteering, we have the info for you at WCCO.com/links. You do have to be 18 years old to apply.
What a cool opportunity to be part of history and be in the center of it all.
You will be a part of the action for sure.
Yeah.
And if you love this area, like what a great way to kind of share the love,
Yeah,
right?
be a cheerleader for our state.
Well,